Hello, this is Dennis McDonald with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. We have two Snoopy phones here today, and this Snoopy phone is a customer's, and it came in with the body. This customer chose to send this telephone in with the body. And the phone that we're going to be working on today, which basically I already worked on it and repaired it, and I'm going to show you what we did. This customer decided to send the telephone in without the body, which is perfectly fine. There's less room that it takes to ship it, so you can ship it in a smaller box. So shipping it without the body is a good idea. Because we don't really need the body to repair the telephone. This customer complained of this telephone. This is one of our repair forms off the internet, off our web page, and basically it's got your names and stuff, and I'm going to white that out so the customers can, we're not giving out the customer's name and address and all that. This customer complains of, it says, phone will not dial and also had trouble making call to it. Well, I didn't see where there was a problem making a call to the telephone, but we are still going through the telephone, and we're going to check that out, and I'm going to talk to the customer about that. But I did not see that issue with the telephone. And basically, the customer is complaining about the phone not dialing out. So it's hard to dial out, or it will not dial out. It's not creating the tone that it needs to break the dial tone so that you can dial out. And what we call that is a polarity issue. And so basically what it comes down to is your network here. This is what I did to it. This is a conversion that I like to do to them. This network here from the factory can be wired several different ways. I've seen them wired different ways. This one looked like someone may have been in this network at one time, because I noticed some wires that I moved over to this side of the hook switch that were actually coming this way to the modular port for the handset cord were touching the bell, and it kind of made the bell muffled because the wires were touching that. So if you have a bell that sounds kind of muffled, it could be wires touching it coming off the network, and I think somebody may have done that. I think they had it apart before, and they were actually touching the bell and muffling the bell a little bit. So I moved them over here where they belong. And when it came from the factory, generally what would happen is they would keep all the wires away from the bell so it wouldn't touch the bell, and keep the bell from ringing properly. So anyway, we have a polarity issue here, and I've got on a piece of paper here what I like to do to these telephones, and I'm just going to show you because it would be too hard to basically show you while I'm repairing the phone what we did to it. But this is a bridge rectifier, and basically we catch the telephone line coming in off the line, off the modular port, and we have a AC signal here and an AC signal here on a bridge rectifier. So we build our own bridge rectifiers. This is all four of these are diodes, and basically you connect your AC up to the upper left and the lower right, and then on the lower left you have positive, and on the upper right you have negative. So when you feed the phone the positive and negative where they belong, the green leads on a telephone wire, if the jack is wired properly, will be positive all the time, and then the red will always be negative all the time if the jack is wired with proper polarity. So it does depend on how the jack is wired. Coming up here where we did our work, I'm going to show you here real quick. Kind of get some white behind what we did here. This is this is my bridge rectifier that I built and installed here. And what you see here is the bridge rectifier, okay, and that's all connected to the modular port here. That's connected on the incoming line, and then it goes out. It goes out off the positive and the negative up here. Then you see in the back here is a capacitor. Anytime we do the little conversion of a bridge network, I like to take the bell off of the network and add my own capacitor on the incoming line and go directly to the bell with it. And it just keeps it much cleaner. It's a very, it's more simple, and it's a little cleaner because, like I said, these networks over here can be wired differently. But basically what we'll do to this is I will cover this up with some a protectant so that it can't short nothing out. And so now we have a bridge network here on the incoming line, on the modular line, and no matter how the jack is wired where you're going to plug this telephone in, you will always have proper polarity because of this bridge network here that you're looking at. This bridge network will always make the telephone have proper polarity. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on with this telephone. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug it in. And like I said, I could plug this in no matter how you plugged it in. It would not matter. It would always have proper polarity. Okay, you can probably hear dial tone. And now you'll hear the tones when I dial. Okay, and then we'll go over here and look at the analyzer and dial all of our numbers. Star, 0, and pound. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the unit down, the video, and I'm going to ring the telephone. Should be able to hear dial tone. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reverse the polarity, and I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to switch the polarity on it. So the polarity is switched now, and you hear dial tone, and I'm going to dial out. 1. Okay, I'm going to hang up, show you the analyzer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, star, 0, and pound. Then I'm going to hang up, and here's dial tone. So basically now, it does not matter how you connect this telephone up to a jack. There will always be proper polarity because of the bridge rectifier that we installed in this telephone. So that's a little conversion that you do to maintain always have proper polarity to the telephone. And basically we're finished up with this telephone, and we'll get it back to the customer. And we hope you enjoyed the video. We're coming up on about 10 minutes, and they only let us have 10 minutes on YouTube. So thank you for watching. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. We hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Goodbye now.